Good morning, everyone. So I'm out on a 5-day camping trip at the moment. Today's actually day 2. Yesterday I just zoomed into one little gully and pulled a gram out of it, and then went and set up camp and chilled out for the remainder of the afternoon. So anyway, day 2. Done most of my big walk in already, so only another 10 or 15 I'll drop down over this hill and down into another system in there. So not too much videoing at the moment. I'm pretty keen to find some decent gold. So if I do that, then I'll pull the camera out. Up till then, I'm just going to be walking and swinging that coil and trying to cover as much ground as I can to try and track down some decent gold. Righto, let's get stuck into it. Righto, well, first gully down. I've got a heap of little ones out of it. It's not a bad morning. I'm pretty happy with that. It's probably, close to a gram there, 0.6 or 0.8 at least. So anyway, down the second little gully. As you can see, it's all still grassy as, but that's all right. I'll just keep taking them. Let's hope this one's got some clunky gold in it. I've actually been having a pretty good year. I keep putting gold away every day without fail. Just no big gold yet. Just haven't walked into a gully with anything decent in it yet. Yet, I say yet because it's still only early in the year. I mean, it's only the first week of winter. So anyway, no time for talk. Need to find some of that big gold. Let's get it. All right, it's the afternoon shift. I went all morning, got those few nuggets I showed you for 1.05 grams. So that wasn't too bad. Went home, had lunch, sat around for an hour or so, thought, bugger it, I'm going to go on an afternoon mission. I've been walking for probably an hour already. This is the second gully I'm in now, and I finally got a signal. So let's have a look at one. Now you can see the bedrock here. It's just so much bedrock hanging out. And it's a reasonable sized creek. Like when you step back, you can see, it's from there right across. But I chose this side because it's the deepest dish and there's bedrock. But even if I even if I didn't see bedrock there, I still would have come to this side because it was the deepest dish out in the creek. So therefore you're getting lower and closer to the clays and the bedrocks. The grass is sort of still pretty long here, even though it's burnt. You can see up in the hills are burnt, but the gullies didn't burn because they were still too green. So, but occasionally I can get out up on inside bends and stuff now, which is really helpful. Haven't found any gold up there, but you do tend to move along a bit quicker. You can dodge the bad sections of creek better. Anyway, let's have a listen to this signal. So you can see it's right in that crack just there. Right here somewhere. Let's see if we can scratch it out. Sounds like just a small piece of gold, or hopefully gold. It's been so quiet, like I haven't got junk or anything yet. This is the first signal I've heard all afternoon. I didn't see it. Let's have a listen and see if I moved it. Nope. All right, I'll get the pick out and I'll smack it out and we'll see how we went. Righto, I got it out. Let's have a listen. That sounds pretty good now it's out. I'm starting to make me worried it's not actually gold, but have a look at the bedrock. I chipped it straight out of grey bedrock, so I reckon it is a bit of gold. Go on, have a guess. How big do you reckon it's going to be? I'm going for a 0.3, hoping for a 3 grammer, but anyway, I'll scoop it out and we'll see how we went. I was being optimistic. It's 0.1, but that's all right. I've still got a bit of gold finally, another dot on the map. So hopefully, we start to pick up a few from here on in. That's usually what happens. You get one and then you might hit a good little run and get half a dozen or so in, in one area of the creek. All right, haven't got much afternoon left and I've still got to get back and do all the usual camp duties, so I'll better get stuck into it again. Like I said, little runs. There's the grey dirt from that last nugget I picked up. Now the bedrock switched to the other side of the creek, so you can see I was on that side and I came across this side now and there's nice spines of bedrock everywhere. Listen to this one. So that's just down in that crevice. So it shouldn't be very deep. It's probably not very big again, but I'm 99% sure it's another nugget. Righto, I'm going to get out and get it in the jar. If I don't get back to you, it means it was just another little nug. Righto, it's always good when they pop out and you can see them. You can see where I punched my pick straight through that line right there. That's where my pick dragged through. And the little nug just popped out and sat on the side right there. Nothing real big, but probably is 0.2 there. Close to it. Another good little nugget. All right. Beauty, they're in here. Just got to keep smashing this bedrock. There's a bit back behind me here I'll come back on too. And I'll see plenty more up the creek as well. It does split here though, so I might have to make a choice, left or right. Well, one way or the other. I'll worry about getting this gold out from here first. So anyone that's wondering, I went left, up the small grassy gully as always. But hey, there's gold in here, so that's the main thing. Another dot on the map. Into it again. All right, you can see I'm in just a little tiny gully here. I came back out of that left branch, went up the right branch and wasn't getting anything, but then took another right to take me sort of back near the car. And I've been going up this little gully for ages, and then just out of nowhere, dig a hole, get 2 nuggets. Check that out. Just straight out of that hole, one where the scoop was and one just above it. Happy days. It just goes to show how the gullies up here in the Palmer can just turn on. Anyway, not too much time for chat. The afternoon is getting on and I need to get up this gully and get back to the car. Righto, I'll probably see you tomorrow for day 3. G'day everyone and welcome to day 3. So a bit of a recap on yesterday. I ended up getting 2.4 grams yesterday afternoon, which was pretty good. So this morning I've come back into the gully next door to that one. I've got one little nugget, about 0.1 so far, and a heap of junk, bullets for days. But anyway, I wanted to show you this while I was here. This is just a fairly small gully. And you can see this is where it's coming down over this rocky gorge, pouring through there. But if you have a look on this side of this rocky outcrop, you can see there's another old creek bed here. So the creek is still eroding out that way. So that water course is going to win. And this one eventually is going to get left high and dry. It's probably going to fill full of dirt. But this is just one of the ways nuggets can get left up high. Like it can be, nuggets left on that bank from when it was part of the creek. Nuggets left up here. So even when that fills with dirt, you're still going to be able to detect some of them. Fair enough, if it's way down the bottom, by the time it fills up with dirt, you won't. But that's just one of the ways, the inside bends sort of hold your gold. That's exactly what's going on. And it's been happening all the way down the hill. I know I bang on about inside bends a lot, but that's because I found a lot of gold on them. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you that and say good morning as well. All right, I'm going to keep prospecting. I'm pretty weary. Yesterday was a big day, but I got some more gold, so that's the main thing. Righto, back into it. So there's not a bad bit of gold. He's pretty flat, but it's a nice piece. Just came straight out of the middle of the little gully I'm in. It was one of those good bits where you think you're digging junk just because of where it is in the creek, and it turns into gold. So that's nugget number 5 today. It's probably 0.6 or 0.8, so I guess I'd be close to 1.5 grams for the morning now. But I am going to knock off soon. I had a huge day yesterday, so I'm pretty weary today. And I might go out again this afternoon, or I might just stay at camp and watch a game of footy. We'll see what happens, see how I feel. Anyway, hopefully there's a few more of these before I get to the top of this little gully, because once I get up the head of this, that's it. All right, happy days. Nice nug. G'day everyone and welcome to day 4. So it's been a pretty good morning so far. I dropped into a little small gully that I was just using to get to this bigger gully and picked up 8 or 10 small pieces out of that, just little ones, probably 0.5 gram all up. Now I've come a fair way up this big gully, Now you can see, it's pretty good size, and it splits in two here. You see we got one arm going up there, then this other major arm going up here. So, and I've just got my first nugget out of here, and it looks a bit better. We'll grab it in a second. So my plan is follow this gully all the way to the top, and then jump over the ridge, and then come back down this gully. And that's how you get both gullies done without having to double back. It's the quickest way to do it. Anyway, let's check this out. Good place to get a target, right next to those rocks in there. And then when I dug it out, that popped out. So beautiful. Be well over a gram there. Excellent. Great start to this gully. That's bloody good signs. Always good to get a bit of chunky gold. Yeah, that's fantastic. So I'll take my time now. I've got nothing for the last 400 metres, just total silence everywhere I went. So anyway, give this all a real good run, and hopefully I'll have some more decent nuggets to show you soon. Day 4, let's get it. So there's the other hole there at the top of the screen where I took that 1 grammer. I only took a few steps, and doesn't sound huge, but good signs. Sounds all right, but righto, I'm going to dig a few out. When you have a look at it, I've got this sort of bedrock spread all up through this creek on both sides, which also means, of course, it's coming underneath the gravels as well. So fair enough, you won't pick up your little ones through 6 or 8 inches of gravel, but you're going to pick up decent nuggets. You can see the bedrock just hanging out of the ground there. That's what I like to see. All right, I'm going to get this one out, and then hope there's a heap more in here. Some loud noises would be good. Day 4. Well, day 4 turned out to be a cracker. I've probably got 3 grams in my jar yet already. I've just picked up 3 little nuggets here, but I just want to take you for a walk and a listen. This is what a hot spot sounds like. So where the coil is, I've got 1 nugget. I've got 2 out of there. There's a little one in there. There's another one. There's another one. What else can we hear? There's another one. How good's that? This is why I love chasing virgin ground. Whenever you hear those signals, you're getting gold. But then it dies through this bedrock up here. So a bit of a thing, you have a look back, you can see it actually bellies out there where all the gold is. So it's just the deepest part of the creek. The water had come hammering down there like a little set of rapids, then hit a pool here. And as it hits that pool, the gold can slow down and drop out. So yeah, I've got at least another 4 nuggets. Knowing the small gold in this creek and the way it's been going, I might get multiple nuggets out of each hole. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'll dig all these ones out, and then I'll show you where I'm up to. Because, yeah, I've got a good amount of gold in my jar now. It's been a bloody great day. All the searching's worthwhile sometimes. Right, I'm going to get stuck into getting all these ones out. Alrighty. Time for smoko. It's only about 9:30, so I've been going for 3 hours or so already, but check this out. That's a nice morning's prospect in that. Really happy with how that's gone. Be 3 or 4 grams there, and they just keep coming. You can see I've dug this whole area out now, scraped it all down with my boot. I think I end up getting 7 out of there. So let's hope it just continues upstream. A few more chunky ones would be good. Anyway, pretty happy with how day 4's going. Yeah, this is what I prospect for. These sort of days, out here, way out in the bush, all by myself, not another person within probably 15 kilometres of me, I'd reckon. Gold, nice weather, bit of food in my bag, plenty of water. Yeah, this is great. All right, let's get stuck into it. I'll probably just keep taking nuggets. If I get onto another good run or something big, I'll let you know. Rightio. Lunchtime, day 4. My detector's going flat, so I'm just going to turn it off and walk out now. Yeah, I've got a good amount of gold in my pocket. I've probably got another dozen or 15 little ones after that last report where I showed you, so pretty happy with how it's gone. But unfortunately, you know, that's it for now. It's about 1 o'clock, so by the time I walk out of here and get back to camp, it'll be 2 o'clock-ish. I don't think I'll get time for an afternoon run. I won't be able to walk all the way back in here. So I'll leave the rest of this system for tomorrow morning. I'm pretty happy with how the day's gone. Really, really enjoyable days prospecting. I think I got about 3 bits of junk for the whole day. So basically every target was gold, and at times they were good and thick. So yeah, happy as. Alrighty, I'm going to concentrate on walking down this rocky little gully without twisting an ankle. So I'll chuck this camera away and get this march done. I'll see you tomorrow for day 5. Well, there's the next gully. Welcome to day 5, last day. So it's about 8 o'clock already. I've been detecting for an hour and a half or something like that. Got about 1 gram of gold, got one that's probably half a gram, then some little ones. So I went into a gully that ran parallel to that good one I was in yesterday. So, because yesterday was a great day. I ended up putting more weight on the scales than I thought. But I'll leave the weights right till the end now, and we'll see how much I got for the 5 days. So anyway, down into this little gully next. It's only small, should only take me an hour or so. And then back into another gully that'll take me home. Should be done by 10 or 11 o'clock, I'd say. And heading for home for a good shower and a feed and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, it's been a fantastic trip. I sort of had a 10-gram target for this trip. That's what I wanted to find. I thought double figures, $1,600, 5 days. Yep, that'll do me. So I've beaten that. I'm sure I've beaten that. So it's been a great trip. I've really enjoyed it. Yesterday especially was just fantastic fun. Just target after target. I think I took about 40 nuggets for the day, 3 bits of junk. So the ratio was exceptional. Yeah, what a great day. Anyway, it's super hot and sweaty as usual. So I'm going to get down this little gully. I'll let you know if I find something decent. Grassy little bugger. Look at it. You know, if there's one thing I've learnt about grassy little gullies, is gold doesn't care how grassy it is. It's still in there. If it's in there, it's in there. It doesn't care how grassed up it is, how burnt off it is. So, I just push down them regardless. I mean, this has been a nightmare. I've just been pushing through grass the whole way. But when you pop one of those out, it makes it worthwhile. So keep pushing my way down through there and just keep rubbing my coil on the gravels in the bottom of this gully and hope a few more nugs turn out. New gully, new bit of gold, another dot on the map. You beauty. It's a leafy spot in here. This is an alright sounding target. Through all that leaf litter and the rock, I'll drag it out and see what I get. In this little gully, I've turned up another gully now. You can see it's a bit bigger, this one, not so grassy. I've got 1 junk and 1 little nugget, so here's hoping this one's a nug. I'll dig it out and let you know how I go. Right, I've dug the leaf litter away and we'll have another listen now. It's in a great spot for a bit of gold too, but heavy junk also ends up in the same spot. So let's have a look. We've got a big bedrock bar coming down through here. You can see there's a heap of bedrock above me. And it drops down this little waterfall, probably a foot down. And all this down here is all bedrock. That's just pure bedrock. So that's just such a good spot to catch a bit of gold. The gold to come bouncing down, bit of still water here where this little pool will be, and there it catches in that bedrock and there it sits. So anyway, I'll dig it out and let you know how I go. All that noise for that little piece of gold. Be lucky to be 0.1, but that's all right. It must have just been sitting nice and shallow in that bedrock. Another one in the jar. Makes me hopeful about upstream too, what's going to be up there. So you had a mate. This one's probably 0.2, a bit more of a solid little chunk, not so flat. So yeah, 2 out of that 1 hole. Glad I stuck me coil down in amongst that leaf litter. So even on these little tiny gullies that are only this big, you can see this gully comes in behind me and wraps around and goes up there and leaves this big inside bend. And bang, on the inside bend, one of the best nuggets I've found today, if not the best one. So it'd be 1/2 gram. I've probably got another one that's a similar size, but you know, inside bends. Imagine how much gold I've walked past. All the inside bends in the last 5 days. Haven't been able to hardly do any of them. I had a bit of burnt ground for those few days, but I wasn't on good gold like I had been yesterday and today. So when all this country burns, I'll come back. Even if it doesn't burn later in the year, this grass will lay down and I'll come back then. But yeah, it's still green as in here. It's not going to burn for a good month or more yet. But that's all right. I'll just take what gold I can, mark it on my map, come back, go again. Alrighty, back to it. Now, this is the sort of signal I like to hear. In a good spot too, just straight in behind that bedrock there, in that clay. Perfect spot. I think this is gold. It should be over 1 gram, I'm hoping. I'll dig it out. Probably not 1 gram, more like 0.8, but still not a bad piece of gold. Good set of bedrock here. So if that's the first nugget behind the first trap, hopefully there's a couple more yet. Happy days. 6,000 strikes again. Alrighty, day 5. And that's the end of it. So there's the 2 gullies. That's the one I went up first thing this morning, right up to the head, then across the ridge, then came back down that one there. And yeah, pretty successful morning, I'd say. Another 4 or 5 grams there, I'd reckon. That's bloody great. Absolutely stoked with this camping trip. I wanted 10 grams. I've definitely got that. And now I've searched this entire system, every arm, every side branch. Just need to wait for the grass to disappear now, and I reckon I'll come back and get another good run of gold out of this area yet. So looking forward to it. So anyway, ready to go back to camp, pack up, drive back to my main camp. When I get back there, I'll do a weigh in and we'll see how it went, eh? Thanks for coming along, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it all. I hope you learnt something along the way as well. And yeah, plenty of good gold, so I'm stoked. Righto, I'll see you back at the main camp. Well, there we go. 5 days chasing gold on the Palmer. Time to do a weigh in and yeah, see how we went, eh? Pretty happy with it. It was a really good trip. The weather was good. The gold was good. Got gold every day. So like I said, 10 grams was what I was hoping to get. That sort of covers all costs and makes me a bit of money. Anything after that's a bonus. So here we go. 24.91 grams. Bloody stoked with that. That's a great trip. So I'm going to head back there again next week and probably do a 10-day camp out this time and really you know, chop through all the gullies in that area and see what I can track down. Thanks for coming along for the ride, everyone. Next video I'll try and do some more educational sort of stuff more than just the gold. So let you all know sort of, you know, tactics and techniques and little tricks I use, that sort of thing. Anything I come across really. Righto, cheers everyone. See ya.